Craft. So a modern katana made in Japan costs actually 8,000 to 30,000 euros if you buy it on Tosando website with their different swordsmiths with tamahagane, modern tamahagane. So you will have tatara smelting steel, forge, hamon, polishing, sharpening, tsukasaya making, fittings, traditional high craft art. So it will be a really functional and beautiful uchi katana as a modern katana from Japan. Option B, you can have a modern katana made in US, as we have seen before, from US American swordsmiths as Walter Sorrell or others that can make a katana in US for 4,000 to 6,000 euros, around this price, with modern steel with smelting process, or just modern steel from industry. And then you will have the forge, the hamon, the polishing, the sharpening, the tsukasaya making, the fittings, innovation and craft. So that can be a really beautiful sword for making a collection as collectioner or for practicing. You can have the same type of product in Korea as Motohara, for example, or in France with Michael Sabatier, or in Europe if you find serious swordsmiths from US, Korea, France or Europe, with a cost around 4,000 to 6,000 euros. Option C, you have the modern katana made in China with a cost starting at 200 euros to 5,000 euros. Depending of if it's modern steel, it will be low cost, or if it's modern smelting steel, as the Zesei brand that make Chinese tamahagane, it's high quality of smelting steel, homemade smelting steel by the brand. And then the forge process, hamon, polishing, sharpening, tsukasaya making, fittings, and innovation craft. So this is pretty much what you can find as modern craft on the market, from the top quality of swords from Japan made by a swordsmith with tamahagane, or a modern katana made in US, Korea, France or Europe in some kind of Western world, or a modern katana made in China or with modern steel from industry, or modern smelting steel, high craft. So from these three perspectives you can understand which craft you can have that will be an original craft from Japan, or just a copy by an excellent swordsmith, an excellent craftsman from the West world, or just some first price with steel from industry and less hours as possible. And it will make a big difference for the practicing, but it can be appreciated by different type of audiences for some people who don't want to spend too much money. Of course, a sword made for practice is really different than a sword made for just visual aspect. And whatever the price you will put in, a sword made for practice, for a high level of practice, will need a budget that is more important. So for example, practicing with a sword from China, you should start between 800 to 1,000 euros. And if it's made with a high quality as Motohara from Korea, it will need a budget between 2.5 to 4,500 euros. And of course, if you want to buy a sword from Japan for practicing tameshigiri with the tamahagane katana from Japan, you will need to buy something at 10,000 to 20,000. So we will talk now about the healthy condition about practice.